Well, hello. My name is Mr. Ainley, and I am the AP math teacher here at Bullard High School. And I want to talk to you for a few minutes, simply reasons why I would encourage you, if you have passed the Algebra 2 Pre-Calculus course or trigonometry, to take AP Calculus AB. The first reason that I want to share with you has to do with your preparation for the next level. If you are going on to a college or university, I want to see you as a Bullard High School student be as prepared as you possibly can for success at that level. First of all, there are a number of majors that require calculus, business majors at most schools that I'm aware of. Computer science, science majors, biology, chemistry, definitely physics, economics, those going into the field of economics, engineering, definitely have to take a lot of calculus for engineering. There are so many fields at this next level. Um, as you're thinking about what you're going to be doing in your future, that taking calculus at the high school level will prepare you to be successful at that university level. If you think about how as you're progressing from junior high to high school and then going on to college, every level that you step up, every time you go from one level like junior high into high school, the level of difficulty uh, changes. Things get harder. And as you go from high school into college, there's going to be greater challenges academically and intellectually. To be prepared for those and to be prepared for a field, a major that you want to go into that may have some sort of relationship to those majors that I mentioned earlier, you want to be fully prepared. You want to have experienced the challenge that calculus will provide for you so that you're ready for the next level. So that's one reason why you're just your own preparation for a field that you may want to go into. But maybe you don't want to go into a field that will require calculus. I also want to encourage you to take the course because of the intellectual development that you'll experience by being in this class. I want you to think of your brain as a series of, as a network of roads. We have what are called synaptic connections. And those synaptic connections that are made are like roads for information to travel on. Our brains are either not very developed, somewhat developed, or they're highly developed. When you take a course like calculus, what you do is you create in your brain a series of very sophisticated synaptic connections that can carry really all sorts of information. And it's like your brain becomes a superhighway. You've developed these superhighways in your brain because you have um, developed it to such a degree. You've dealt with complex concepts to such a level that you're building superhighways in your brain. And it doesn't just have to be used for mathematics. Those superhighways for information, those synaptic connections that information travels on in your brain, um, can use can be used for all sorts of information. But calculus, a course like calculus, can be used for that sort of development. So whether it's just for your own personal development and growth, whether it's for what you know you want to do in the future, um, calculus is a fantastic course to take. I also want to say that you might not think at this point that you want to go into a STEM field. I've had other students who've gone on to graduate and come back, said, Mr. Ainley, I never thought that I would want to take a math course or a field that was related to mathematics, but I got into college and I'm thinking of one young lady who came back to me and she didn't know what she wanted to do. And she actually ended up at the University of Berkeley. And she told me because I had really encouraged her to take calculus with me. She ended up taking AP stats, which was great. But she decided she wanted to major in economics. She didn't know that when she was in high school. And she said, I went and I took calculus at Berkeley and I failed it the first time. She said, I had to take both stats and calculus in college for my major. And she said, stats, because I'd had the AP stats in high school, I did just fine. I did really well, actually. She said, but calculus, I failed that first time through. And I didn't know, she said, that I would have to have it. And she told me, she said, why didn't you make me take calculus? Well, I couldn't do that, but I could certainly I certainly did encourage her to do so. She opted not to. She took it at the college level, at the university level, failed it the first time, was able to take it again, and because she was persistent, had success. But you don't know what field necessarily where you'll end up. A lot of students in college change their major. On average, college students change majors multiple times. I want to encourage you, when you take a class like calculus, you're leaving your options open, because if you maybe you'll choose a field where that's going to be required and you don't even know it's going to be required. Finally, I would say, a class like calculus looks great on your resume for getting into a college, university, or university. And so I would encourage you, challenge yourself at the highest level here at Bullard High School. Get the most that you can out of your education. You don't want to be that person sitting in a college class that someday says, how do these people around me know this material and I don't? You want to challenge yourself as much as you can. You don't want to overload, but you want to challenge yourself to the greatest degree so that you are as prepared as you possibly can be for your collegiate experience. And so a class like calculus is wonderful for that. Well, I do, as I have encouraged, I do hope that I get the opportunity to see you in calculus next year and work with you. But thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.